Hey guys, hope you're doing well today. So in this video, I'm going to be installing a little power system in a meat van. So it's a local farmer and they're raising cattle and butchering them and selling the meat. So it's a pretty high quality product. So in their van, they have 3 freezers and they have a system in there that's just not working. This is the solution I come up with. So it's the EcoFlow Delta 3 Max. So this is a self-contained unit. It's going to make things nice and easy. So I want to show you how I figured out the needs and how I ended up here. So stick around and we'll get this done. This is a kilowatt little meter. So this is our basic one, but you don't really need anything fancy. The only downside to this is you lose your data when you unplug it. But what you really need is right over here is you need to know your kilowatts, your kWh, your kilowatt hours. So it'll measure voltage, amperage, watts, hertz, power factor, which if you're getting close on your measurements, you'll need to know your power factor, and then your kilowatt hour. So watts and kilowatt hour are the most important. So without those, you really can't size a system. It's hard to get an accurate measurement of amperage over time. So you really can't go off amperage, and when manufacturers have listed as amperage on their devices, usually isn't a true number. It's the max amperage, so you really can't go off of that. I got a 0.04 kWh measurement over a period of 30 minutes. Unfortunately, that was about all the time I had to get this measurement, but let me show you the rest of the calculation. Okay, so the math is pretty easy here. So I take my 0.04 kilowatt hours for a 30-minute time frame. So for an 8-hour day, we would multiply that times 16. And that gives me 0.64 of a kilowatt hour. So with the inefficiencies and everything, we'll call that 1 kilowatt hour because you have to account for the power factor and everything. And due to the short amount of time I was able to measure this, we definitely don't want to go with just a 1 kWh battery. So the battery system we chose is a 2 kWh system. So that should be more than enough for an 8-hour day. So it come in with 30% charge. So now I'm going to plug this in. So we're going to set this up to operate like a UPS basically. So I plugged it in, and this little switch here, you have fast and adjust. That's your charging speed. So I switched it over to adjust. It's showing 163 watts input. And on the app here, let's think it you. So it's set at 200 watts. So let's bring this on up. 1100 watts. Okay. So now our charge input has jumped up basically to 1100 watts. So the way this thing's going to live, it's going to operate a couple hours a day, then be plugged in at night. So there's no need to charge this thing wide open. So so here it's going to be fully charged in under 2 hours. So that's plenty. If they want to change it, it's super easy to go in the app and change that. So here's the van. So they've got 3 freezers in here. And then behind here, they've got a 3000 watt inverter, 2 lead acid batteries, and then a charger. So also, I don't know if you can see, they have a wire coming in from the battery of the van, and a lot of this stuff is exposed. This did have a piece of rubber over the batteries, but those terminals are exposed. So we're going to get rid of all that. So at night, they will have to unplug this cord from the inverter and unplug it from there and plug it into shore power and then plug in the charger. So there was a lot of switching of cords with this, and gives a pretty good chance of making a mistake and leaving a freezer unplugged and ruining a lot of expensive meat. So this is where they had it tied into the battery. They do have a fuse here. Did a decent job there, but so we're going to disable all this. It's not going to be connected to the van anymore, and they're not going to be swapping around cords anymore. So whoever did this did pretty good mechanically, but they just dropped the ball electrically. So they did use a 3,000 watt pure sine wave inverter. But you can't do this. There's just so much wrong with that. That's unacceptable. Just wanted to point that out. You can't be doing this stuff. Alrighty guys, got the little battery unit installed. It actually took longer to get all the old stuff out than to get this in, but I had to raise the floor 3 inches, so I cut some wood and put it in there, screwed it together, and then I put some aluminum angle to keep this thing from sliding side to side. So it's in there nice and snug. It's a really good little fit. So got all my cords plugged in, and then looking in from the rear of the van, you can see all the display, get all the information you need right there. I forgot to mention in the video, but the cord running up to the top left of the screen is the charging cord for the battery unit. So that's the only cord that needs to be plugged in and unplugged. The unit switches from AC to battery automatically, so the freezers are never unplugged. Really happy with this, so eager to see how it runs long term. Guys, I appreciate you watching. So I hope this helps when you're figuring out a power system for your situation. If you would, give me a like and subscribe. And remember, you were created for a purpose. And we'll catch you on the next one.